Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not yelling too much. How's that? Good? Beautiful. It just wasn't picked up. I had a peanut butter toast for breakfast. Good. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Cool. Well, hello and welcome to Wembley Park for this round 24 Senol NPL Women's Clash between top of the table Box Hill and third place Avondale. It is a match that promises to be full of excitement and will tell us a lot about these two sides as we head into the business stage of the season. Box Hill undefeated since round 14. Avondale undefeated since round 13 in the NPL. Who will come out on top tonight? That is the question. We'll take you through the starting lineups then for both of these sides in this massive Friday night clash. We'll start with Box Hill. They make one change with Sophia Sakalis coming into the starting 11 for the first time this season. She replaces Karina Rossi, who drops out of the squad with injury. So from the top, Keely Segovic is in goal for Box Hill, the number 1. Number 8, Amelia Tartaglia. Number 10, Rihanna Policina. Number 12, Sydney Minarik. Number 15, Sophia Paliwoda. Number 22, Holly Murray. Number 25, Maho Murakami. Number 27, Nicolina Bacalo. Number 28, Laura Piggott. Number 32, Juri Kawano. And number 99, Sophia Sakalis, as mentioned, coming in to the starting 11. For the visiting Avondale in their away white kit today, they also make one change, and it is enforced. A red card to Golson Ganitsaris last week, forcing her out of the matchday squad. She is replaced by Georgia Trainer. So from the top for Avondale, they line up as follows. Number 1 in goals is Brooke Bennett. Number 3, Georgia Trainer. Number 4, Camberero. Number 5, Isabella Ocado. Number 8, Elise Callan-Knight. Number 9, Sloane Young. Number 12, Daniela Galuccio. Number 14, Suka Miyata. Number 16, Beatty Goad. Number 20, Ellie Wilson. And number 23, the big Kiwi up top, Hannah Wilkinson. So both sides in their huddles, ready for a massive clash. No way you'd rather be on a Friday evening in Melbourne than Wembley Park. It is a game that could bring a preview of a grand final later on this year. Of course, the Nike Cup winners, Essendon Royals, will have something to say about that, sitting in second between these two sides. But you look at the quality on offer out there. There is A-League women's quality. There is Matilda's quality. Legends of Australia, of New Zealand, out on the pitch today. And you get to watch it all live and free in the NPLW Victoria. How good. It is Avondale who get us underway. Hannah Wilkinson, the Kiwi legend, was preparing to step up, and actually, in fact, it looks like it'll be Box Hill. A miscommunication about the toss, perhaps. Having a little smile and a joke with Elise Callan-Knight there. So it is, in fact, the home side, Box Hill, who will get things started. So underway in this massive round 24 clash between the home side, Box Hill, and the visiting Avondale. These sides have not lost in the NPL for over 10 rounds. Who will come out on top tonight? That is the question. My name is Taryn Heddo. I am joined on the coverage today by Coco Mastorovic. Coco, what an exciting game we have in front of us.
I can't wait for tonight. It's going to be an absolute blockbuster of a match. First versus third on the table, and Avondale are going to look to push for the top of the table. It's going to be great. Hopefully goals are plenty tonight. We'll see what is happening as we get into it.
So it's Avondale looking to press the advantage early. Here's Beatty Goad. Lovely leave, and we'll see plenty of battles happening all over the park. That one there between Asuka Miyata on that right-hand side for Avondale will be one to watch. Sloane Young, the number 9, she can drop deep and bring the likes of Wilkinson into play. They're very good in the air. Avondale as well, having someone like a Wilkinson up top. Box Hill, plenty of attacking weapons of their own. Sakalis taking it up this left-hand side. Sakalis playing it central. Nice touch from Kawano. Sakalis goes to ground in the penalty area. Not enough contact, says the referee, for a penalty, but that is an early glimpse of what Sophia Sakalis can do.
Great opening play by Sakalis down the left-hand side. A great 1-2 combination with her teammate. She's looking good early, and coming into the starting lineup is proving to be a great start so far.
And we know her qualities at the women's level, Melbourne Victory, and a long-time NPLW Victoria superstar. It's one of many fantastic players coming through the system. Wilkinson applying the pressure there on Laura Pickett, who's done really well to turn away and take the ball higher to drive into that space offered. Bacalo. Still working down their right-hand side now. And I'll look to start again from the back. Always interesting in these top-of-the-table games to see how teams are setting up, how aggressive they are with the press. Avondale, at the moment, look content enough to let Box Hill play it around the back. Palliwoda, the number 15 there for Box Hill, wearing the captain's armband. And Policino, well, how important will she be? She was the key player for Box Hill last week in their 3-2 victory against Bulleen. She's starting a little bit deeper today. Just looking to get on the ball early, get a few early touches and make things happen. This Avondale press, though, might be coming to fruition. Goad's picked up the ball high. Beatty Goad. What can she do? Nice little chip into the box is cleared before it can reach a target. Young, though, manages to poke it through. Kellen Knight would have been offside. And so the attack comes to an end. Danger signs early.
That's what Avondale will be looking to do, is try and win the ball off Box Hill as high as they can. They weren't as connected, unfortunately, for them there, but a nice early chance in the box for them, and they'll be looking to build on that tonight.
And there's Ellie Wilson for Avondale. Played for Melbourne City last season. Came to Australia, the Englishwoman, originally playing for Melbourne Victory. So did the cross-derby change. Now playing a trade in the NPLW Victoria. Nice crowd filtering in here tonight to Wembley Park. And see the Suvas getting a workout. Lovely venue for a night like tonight. Avondale looking to spoil the party, perhaps. It really is a difficult one to predict. Both sides in such wonderful form. And look at the ladder. You see the last 5 games. You just see full green for both sides. Wins, wins, wins. And that's what you want. And it makes a matchup like tonight all the more intriguing. Wilkinson. Back to Wilson. Lee Wilson's pass goes astray, but Wilkinson picks it up well. Picks it up strongly. He's looking to play in Miata. And 2 of them just interchanging on that side. Again, you look at the quality in the Avondale front line. Kellen Knight sitting a little deeper. Wilkinson, Goad, Miata, Sloane Young. It is formidable. And it is Avondale who win this free kick.
Nice start from Avondale here. They are looking a little bit disjointed as Wilkinson just tried to play that final ball into the final third, but they will look to just settle here, get some possession, play their own game, and look to counter against Box Hill. They've got a great opportunity to do that now.
Well, Wilkinson, always the obvious target in there. Tall striker. They have been very good in the air this season, Avondale, on account of those aerial threats. Here's Kellen Knight's delivery. It is Wilkinson who wins the header. Can only head it wide, and Box Hill will have the goal kick.
Nice early chance there. Great contact by Wilkinson, but just a little bit more pace on the ball I think was needed there, but that'll be a great positive sign and build some nice confidence for her to maybe get her on the board tonight. What can Box Hill do with the ball at their feet? Nice run
from Minarik. The American stays on her feet, has plenty of space. Plays a lovely ball out wide. There are options in the middle if they can be found. And Bucalo not able to find the ball to a teammate, wins her side a corner instead. So we'll have the first corner of this evening.
Great result by Bucalo there. Fantastic run by the American, playing into that wide space to Bucalo, who then played it brilliantly, and now they've got a corner. So Box Hill will be very good to get a win here early on through a corner.
It looks like it'll be an in-swinging delivery. Players putting all sorts of pressure into the box. And a swing and a miss by, it looks like Holly Murray at the back post. And couldn't quite get the touch that was required. Is appealing to the referee, saying that she was fouled, but that is as close as any side has come so far.
I think a little bit of milk there. I don't think there was a foul, but it's a nice question by Holly Murray. She definitely will get in there and try. She scored one off there last week, so she'll be looking to do that again, feeling confident from her goal.
And Holly Murray, not a player to ever die wondering. Will always give 100%, 110%, as they say. One of those players the coaches just love. So trainer with the throw, one of a number of Avondale players who signed from Heidelberg in the off-season. Only 20 years of age, still early in her NPLW career. Has a tough task ahead of her tonight, marking Sakalis. Minarik for Box Hill. Ali Woda, all the way back to Murray. Versatile player too, Murray. Can play in midfield, anywhere in defence. Murakami back to Murray. That pressure from Kellon Knight. It was good work in the end from Haliwoda to switch play to Pickett. Box Hill not able to thread the needle through the centre of the park that time. Well, Avondale looked to break quickly. That's a lovely ball out in front of Goad, but Goad's not going to have the pace to get there ahead of Laura Pickett. Biddy Goad, of course, a capped midfielder who only recently announced her retirement from the A-League Women's as she pursued her medical career, but is such a fantastic player. Can really create so much on that side, so creative, so intelligent as a player as well.
Yeah, what's great about her is her speed. She's got a wicked left foot. She can do anything. She's very creative. She can drop back into left back. She can attack in the left forward, and they'll need her to do that tonight if they're to create chances for Wilkinson in the box.
Sloane Young, clever back heel over the top, and the offside flag will deny Avondale the chance to have a shot on goal. I believe that was Cam Barrero. Yes, it was, coming all the way from left back. That is the fluidity that Avondale possess. And that's such a danger when you have players running in from everywhere. And Sakalis looked to be running into the keeper there, but Avondale able to play it around.
Sakalis wanted to get in there, but well done by the keeper. She did brilliant. Bennett there was fantastic. Two touch, nice and quick. Nervy moments for those watching, but not for the keeper herself.
Of course, you are fantastically placed to talk to us about the unique stresses of goalkeeping and how sometimes what may look to the audience as a hairy moment is something that the players themselves know they are perfectly in control of. It's something they train for, of course, because if you break that first line of the press, then there is room in behind, and that's what a lot of teams aim to do.
100%. Confidence is key as a goalkeeper, and playing that more difficult option, or not the easy option, often gets a key breakaway for your team and create much better options. So Bennett does do that really well for Avondale, and they'll need her to do that tonight.
Nice turn from Minarik to try and get away from Sloane Young, but Avondale are the team that come away with the ball. Wilson. Young. It's fascinating how deep Sloane Young plays. The American scored 15 goals this season. But she really is that connector between defence and midfield. She's able to be that creator, to play forward to the likes of Wilkinson. And it's Box Hill with the ball now. Not able to get past Barrero. And he puts it away for a throw.
Young definitely looks to expose those wider areas for Avondale, but I think she's almost been given a license by the coach just to say, find those pockets, go where you want, and let's try and get Wilkinson on the ball as much as possible. So she's been given a license to do that, and she does do it very well.
Wilkinson gets there. And Pickett gets back and cleans up. The growth of Laura Pickett over the last few seasons has been immense. The Melbourne Victory defender in the A-League. He's 22 years of age still, Pickett. Murray was looking to find the feet of Minarik. Wasn't able to do so. This might be dangerous, though. Not able to get there was Kawano, who was leading the chase, but Bennett had it covered all the way.
Box Hill is secretly hunting down the keeper, and they're picking their moments when to press. They could be on for one tonight, but Bennett needs to stay confident with her feet as she's doing so.
Policina, Sikalis, those two very familiar with linking up on the pitch. Policina not able to find Sikalis on that occasion. Haven't seen a lot of Policina on the ball yet, but there's something to look out for as this game goes on.
If we know anything about Policina, is that at any moment, any time, could be quiet, could be a lot happening, she can pull one out of the hat. So they always need to be ready for that, as she's a threat at any time, which Avondale will be looking to keep her quiet, which they've done so for the first 15 minutes and will continue to do so.
Yeah, she's an X-Factor player, and she brings it out at this level as well. A fierce competitor everywhere she plays. Murakami will leave the throw for Minarik. Published author, Sydney Minarik, the American. What stories will she write on the football pitch today? You imagine that line's going to get a lot of use across across the season. Very impressive, though, to be a published author and a footballer at this level. Incredible.
I've got no words for that, really. That's a great fun fact I've just learnt tonight as well. That is fantastic. Good on her. And hopefully her football shines tonight as well as her stories.
It's Avondale looking to advance up this right-hand side. Sakalis wins the header. Plenty of white shirts around, but it can only be cleared out of play by Traynor.
Avondale aren't looking so confident in defence. I think they're really missing their captain, who got red carded last week, and they're just looking a bit unsure. The pressure's getting to them a bit, so if they can settle the ball, get on the ball, get some possession, then they'll look to shore up that defence, which will then make them be able to attack better.
Well, mindful kindly here for Sophia Sikalis. Takes one touch, plays it in behind, and there's the finish. Yuri Kawano gets Box Hill on the board in this top-of-the-table clash. And the celebrations with aplomb. They know just what this means in the context of the match, in the context of this season. Fantastic finish from the Japanese player.
What a goal. Sakalis to Kawano. Brilliant finish, but Avondale will be unfortunate with that. They had all their players drawn over to their right-hand side defensively, just as I was talking about, that defensive lapse, which they cannot let it happen again. But brilliant finish by Kawano, and Sakalis with a great assist.
Sophia Sakalis, we spoke about it. This is her first start of the season. She came back off the bench last week, and then that is the impact she can have. Such a creative force and a lovely little finish past the keeper once Kawano got in behind. There was very little doubt. Her 10th goal of the season. Can Avondale hit straight back? Goad looking to create something. Shot from the edge of the area just skews off the side of the boot. Well, you can see in the celebrations, both teams would have been pumped for this game. Both teams would have been amped. And you can understand why. It is a cliche to say every goal is important in football. Every goal is important in football. That is what the game's about. But scoring first on a night like tonight in front of their home fans, that'll give them a lot of confidence for the rest of the game. And it's an uphill battle now for the team in white.
Brilliant start by Box Hill. It's exactly what they would have wanted, and it's just working the game up a bit now. They're starting to get a few more shorter touches. Their press, they're looking sharper as they're going with confidence on the keeper.
Well, Koko Masarovic, you know ball, because you were just saying before that goal about Avondale's defence, as you mentioned, and, well, they were exposed in that moment. Again, it's a fantastic piece of individual skill from Sakalis to find the pass in behind. And of course, Box Hill will keep on going. Policina. You can hear the crowd rise. If that had gotten past Ellie Wilson there, Kawano would have been in behind again. Wilson well positioned to prevent the threat. And it just looks like Box Hill have the momentum at the moment. That ball almost poked through for Murakami. Avondale will have a little bit of a pressure release with that goal kick, but it is Box Hill on top at the moment.
What a goal has done for them. They can't put a foot wrong. Almost a great ball by Policina there, but it was just intercepted. But they're having good play, bouncing it around, and their press is what I'm looking at tonight. They are rapid, and they might catch Bennett out if she's not careful. Just as she realises that, she's looked to put them long, and she's going to send the ball long.
Sometimes it is a matter of just getting it out of there. Although when you make it a 50-50 ball, sometimes it can be the wrong team that wins the ball, and that's what's happened there. It was the Box Hill header that put it back into the path of Trainer, and then she wasn't able to control. So Box Hill with the throw through Minarik. A little bit too much contact by Wilson there on Murakami, compatriot of the goal scorer Juri Kawano. And it will allow Rihanna Policina a chance from a wide free kick.
She's brilliant from these areas out here. This position's made for her, and she got a very similar goal last week against Bulleen from this position exactly. So let's see what she can do here.
Should we say it? Too far out? Too far out, surely. Well, when it comes to some of the incredible goals we've seen this season, who knows? Here's Policina's delivery. Oh, it's headed on. It was met by the head. I believe that was Trainer. Thankfully, from an Avondale perspective, straight into the gloves of Bennett. Box Hill, though, trying to come again. It was Bukalo who tried to put that ball through. It was intercepted well. Now Goad. Murray's there for Box Hill. Despite the fact that Box Hill are in the ascendancy, we are still only one moment away from Avondale, but here's another opportunity. Kawano was kept on side by Trainer. Avondale were able to get back and cover. And in the end, Box Hill will win a corner after Sakalis brought to the deck.
Another great play by Box Hill there and a great result for them. They'll be happy with that. But on the flip side, Avondale need to just settle it down, get some possession, and look to control the match a bit better. They're just letting Box Hill cut them up a little bit too much in the midfield. So they need to settle, win the ball early, take a breath.
Corner taken short. Now from a different angle, Policina towards the back post, the header. Straight at Bennett. Kiwi goalkeeper, safe hands there. Short corners, there's the ex-Melbourne City influence coming out there. Here come Avondale, Wilkinson. Nice touch around the corner. In for Young, Sloane Young, straight at the keeper, saved away. Oh, Box Hill get a life there because Young in that position. You would have bet your house on her tucking that away. She wasn't able to do so. And Box Hill remain in the lead.
I'm not sure how that ball's not in the back of the net, but well done to Segovic. We'll give credit to the keeper. She held her position, didn't go down early, and the ball ended up in her hands. So well done.
Towards the back post, Goad. Beating Goad from a tight angle. Off the crossbar. And out for a corner. Credit must go to Keely Segovic for that save. We said it would only take a moment, and now it's Avondale piling on the pressure.
BD Goad, what a shot on her left foot, striking up high. Great save by Segovic. Good footwork there and a nice hand early to get Avondale a corner, which we haven't had since the first few moments. So Avondale will need to get a chance on. Wilkinson will be the target as she is the tallest on the field. Once again, as we always mention, can she get some contact and get it in the back of the net?
It's likely to be an in-swinging corner. Players applying the pressure, bunching up around the back post. There's the run of Wilkinson. Keeper's missed it. And it's somehow gone wide. That's 2 lives in a couple of minutes for Box Hill. The goal is leading a charmed life at the moment.
I'm not quite sure what Segovic was thinking there. I think she should have stayed. If you're going to come out, you've got to come out forcefully and make sure you win that ball. That was a very questionable moment. Although it remains 1-0, she needs to shore up and be confident with her decisions tonight.
Well, she just made that fantastic save. I think as a keeper sometimes you make the wonderful save. We've just dropped a pen. Apologies for the tone change in voice. You make the wonderful save, and then, a moment later you need to defend the corner, and you've got to remain switched on. She's got to be switched on here because it's Hannah Wilkinson in behind. Wilkinson can't hit the target. That is 4 good chances in a couple of minutes for Avondale to equalise. And once again, Wilkinson, we've seen her in that position countless times this season. She scored 19 goals. She's second in the Golden Boot race. Not able to hit the target.
She's a very great traditional 9 striker, and even a bit more. She gets into those deadly positions. She's got a left and right foot, and she would be not happy with that to get that at least on target, but she's definitely building tonight.
And Avondale are building over the last couple of minutes. You just know from the quality on the pitch. Even though Box Hill did have that period on top, you knew that Avondale were going to come back. And here's Sloane Young, the American. What can she produce on this right-hand side? She wins her side a throw. Again, Young, 15 goals for the season. Yeah, Wilkinson, 19. They're not short of attacking quality, Avondale. I'll look to show that on display now, but Young can't control it, and it'll trickle out harmlessly for a goal kick.
Avondale will be happy with their last 5 minutes. They've looked to get some great chances on there, and they have done what we asked for, and that is starting to get the ball, get some quality possession, and then get rewarded with shots on goal.
Segovic now looking to launch it a little longer. So we've ticked over halfway of the first half. It is Box Hill in the lead. A goal to Juri Kawano. That was created by the good work of Sophia Sakalis. That gave Box Hill the lead. Box Hill had a little burst of energy after that goal, but in the last few minutes, Avondale have had 3 or 4 excellent chances. The best of which fell to the feet of Sloan Young, the American who's been so prolific since arriving on these shores. Can they produce another? That will get them that equalising goal. That is what they'll be seeking to do. But of course, Box Hill, their threats never go away. Top of the table, Box Hill. Reminder, Box Hill haven't lost in this competition since round 14. Avondale not since round 13. That is a lovely back heel from Young to find Wilson. And a pass from Wilson, just not good enough. And she's collected Holly Murray in the background as well. Play will continue. Sakalis. Right, crossfield ball, not able to find the target. And it's a thriller minute at the moment.
I'm not sure what happened there. That was a definite foul. But anyway, referee called play on and gave the advantage, I guess, to what he saw. But it was a good run by Wilson and a great play. And I think that's what they need to do tonight, is utilise this right-hand side a bit more.
Here's another great run. Lucina driving into the penalty area. Went to grounds. All legal, says the referee. Bit of a stretch of the hamstrings afterwards. And that's Policino, who was saying about how early in the game she hadn't had a lot of the ball, but when she gets it, she can make things happen. Who's been watching her mate Sophia Sakalis on the other side make things happen all game. Here's Sakalis again, who was looking to poke it through to Kawano. But Minnie Policino is saying, I want in on the action as well.
Of course she would, and why not? At how brilliant she is and has been, she'll be looking for one tonight for sure.
There's the pressure from Kawano. Just able to get it past Paliwoda. So here come Avondale. Through the midfield, Barrero. No crossfield ball is intercepted. Back at Box Hill feet. Murray. Pickett. Murray again. Happy to play it around Box Hill. As we approach the 30th minute of this fixture. Again, first versus third. That's a lovely ball to find Minarik. Minarik just turned into trouble. So Sloan Young has it for Avondale, looking for that ball over the top. Important intervention on that side by Tartaglia, the 18-year-old. Haven't had to say her name a lot, the youngster, so far in this game. Really talented young defender, Amelia Tartaglia, formerly of that FE Emerging program. Junior Matilda as well, I believe, so plenty of pedigree. Again, just so much quality out on that pitch today in both sides.
Avondale, unfortunately, right now just missing that final pass or final link. I think they need to commit numbers forward and get numbers up into the attacking third for Box Hill.
Policina from the halfway line, looking to launch it. Wilson uses her body well. Not only able to play it back to the keeper, but also made sure that she was in between Sakalis and the ball at all times. Sloan Young can't get there ahead of Minarik.
Kellen Knight and Young are combining very well out on the right-hand side here, using their skills, and it's great that Young has just won a corner for them, exactly what they'll be after. My mistake. We've got a goal kick for Segovic and Box Hill.
Not quite the touch that Avondale were after, but you can imagine it's not just the quality that Elise Keller-Knight brings on the pitch for Avondale. It's also that leadership, the experience. Legendary Matilda, usually seen as playing a holding midfielder, has also played as a fullback in her career. A really versatile leader. And you can imagine for these young players coming through, having someone like her out on the pitch would be a massive boon for their development and their careers.
Absolutely. I think what a great opportunity they have to develop in the NPL within Australia, especially if they can, Avondale, get their younger players in, which they do really well. And having Elise Keller-Knight there will be great for their development as players, and to be able to have her is just such a coup.
Bucalo had her pass intercepted. And it's good work from Tartaglia for Box Hill to prevent that play going any further. And the blankets are out on the bench. The Avondale players, but it is heating up on the pitch as Avondale look to go forward once more. They've probably had the better of the chances in that little spell. In that 3-minute period, it's around the 25-minute mark. Haven't been able to convert as of yet. It's still the home side in the lead.
This is Avondale's chance to just go for it. They've got to put a bit more energy into it and take advantage of this momentum. They're so close, but they're just not quite getting there. And I think that comes from pressing numbers forward in the back. They're just holding back, and they've look to have a defensive mindset. They need to back Hannah Wilkinson, get Woods on the ball. Keller-Knight's looking to press now. That's what they have to continue to do.
Well, they've done well to win the ball high there. Goad. Keller-Knight. Across to Miata. Wilson. Taking the space high is Ellie Wilson. Plays it out wide well. Sloane Young. Young looking to use footwork to get past, but it's excellent defensive work to just keep their feet. Ensure that Young couldn't get further. Sicales went to ground, crowd not happy. And it's Avondale on the ball again. They'll look to go down the other side now. Goad. Nice overlapping run by Barrero. And again, appeals for a foul. Not given. He's been fairly consistently lenient, it has to be said. And Avondale will have themselves a corner.
You mentioned moments ago things were heating up, and I think that is definitely evident now. The crowd's getting into it a little bit more. The players, the referee staying calm, though. He was confident with his decision there, although there were some disgruntled fans out there, I think. But nonetheless, this is a great opportunity for Avondale to get another chance on goal.
Will they take the short corner? Barrero presented an option, then put her head down in sadness when it is a conventional delivery. Not quite the delivery they were after, though. It was looking for Wilkinson, but far too low to pose any threat. Here's a question for you. From a throw-in, if it's thrown back to the keeper, can you pick the ball up?
From what I know, it's a yes, but that was maybe 10 years ago that I knew that rule. So don't quote me on that. Don't pick it up in the game tomorrow. If your left back plays it back to you, I'm not sure.
There's no pressure on the Avondale goalkeeper, Brooke Bennett, there in any case, so we didn't get to test the theory. From the back comes Accardo. Playing it forward to Goad. Beatty Goad. Such a handful on that left-hand side. There's the delivery. It's gone behind for another Avondale corner. I mentioned earlier, Goad's left boot. Such an asset to have someone with that kind of ability on the left-hand side, because it just increases your options going forward.
that play all started with Ocado driving in from centre back. It was brilliant. She got to break the line and took the space in front of her, which they haven't done tonight, but she's done it in this case, and then got the ball out to Goad, and Goad doesn't need much time, space, or a question to say, yep, I'm going to have a go, and they've gotten a corner out of it, which is just what they're after.
Yeah, super talented youngster, Ocado, still only 20 years of age. He hasn't got the run in the A-League that she probably deserves for her talent. Plenty of time ahead. Here's the corner delivery into the pack of bodies. Good grab. Keely Segovic gets the thumbs up from Koko Storovic. Go, just proving a menace on that left-hand side again, almost intercepting, but Box Hill ends up the team coming away with it. It feels like this is a game that can be cracked open by individual brilliance. We saw that with the first goal. What can Avondale produce? Wilkinson against Pickett. Kellon Knight. Bit of a heavy touch, gets away from her, but Avondale will continue the attack. Now through Young. Nice ball in behind Miata, and then Wilkinson. It's Galuccio for Avondale. Wide again, Barrero can't get there. It's been coming very high, Cambrero, on that left flank. And able to effect a positive outcome on that occasion.
Avondale are having great success when they're pressing, but it's the question they need to be asking themselves is what is next? They're just missing that link as they get it to Wilkinson. They're struggling for that next pass.
Well, Murakami has the ball here on the edge of the area. So Carlos was herring into the penalty area. The run from Paliwoda was well timed, but it was intercepted by Wilson before it could reach the Box Hill captain. Wilson really has been the centre of everything. And again, this referee he's let a lot go from both sides. It has to be said. He's let the game flow, and that's what you want in a top-of-the-table clash full of quality. First v third today. There's currently first, Box Hill, who are in the lead.
All in all, it's been a clean game, which is great to see. I'm sure we're here to see talent and skill, not crazy mad decisions, but it's been a great game so far, and to the referee's credit, I think he's done well. We'd much rather see the game flow, and it's up to the players to make it interesting, maybe with goals or something alike.
Will we see another goal as we tick into the final 5 minutes of the first half? Here's Policina for Box Hill. Rihanna Policina looking for a clever little touch in behind for Murakami. Box Hill will win the throw in a dangerous area. Always feel a bit sorry for fullbacks when there's a throw high up the pitch and they have to do the little jog, get into position, then they have to run back. Tartaglia's throw from Murakami. Nice little chip over the top from Bacalo, but the offside flag was raised. So Avondale will get the ball back. And then, look at that. Tartaglia has to run all the way back. It's a tough life.
She's definitely going to earn her dinner. They get the kilometres in, those wing backs or wide players. Credit to them. It's not for me, that's why I'm a goalkeeper, but good on her.
Kellon Knight's ball. Over the top for Goad. The offside flag was raised. Much to the dismay of the Avondale bench, who have risen as one in disdain at that decision. It's a little bit hard to tell from where we were. It looked like she was pretty good from our angle, but the assistant referee has the best angle.
I thought it was a fair 50-50 ball, and unlucky by Goad there, but that's what Kellen Knight's looking to do, and BD Goad's getting more of the ball as this half goes on, and she's creating lots of chances. She's definitely been the key so far and a great outlet for Avondale this half.
It was a slightly inventive free kick there. It almost went awry, but Box Hill have managed to get themselves out of danger, out of that Avondale press that time. Wilkinson trying to predict play. Calm from Pickett. Lovely ball over the top for Minarik. Lovely work again from Murakami. Keep it for Sakalis. Sakalis looking to switch play. It was just a little bit off balance when she looked to make that pass, so couldn't find it over the top appropriately. Young hasn't been at her best today, Sloane Young. Missed that golden chance in front of goal. Has had a few errant touches as well. Again, though, there's still so much of this game to go, and we know what she can do. She can be that one to produce that moment for Avondale, but they just haven't quite been able to connect as of yet.
Unfortunately, I think she's struggling just to link in with her teammates and get on the ball as she likes to do in those areas and then create chances up front. She just hasn't had that type of opportunity tonight, but she'll look to build into it. She's a quality player, and I'm sure halftime will give her a reset, and into the second half she'll look to go again.
Holly Murray. The ball taken away by Young. Just took a couple touches too many. Can Avondale find a way through before halftime? They would certainly like to think so. Box Hill happy to play it out from the back. Once again, we're seeing this press from Miata. Murray. Minarik. Sydney Minarik centering ball. Wonderful touch into the feet of Sakalis. And Sakalis has her cutback taken away before it can reach her teammate. Thought about a shot from distance there. Did Paliwoda. And eventually it fizzles out. Betty Goad able to get back and intercept. Very promising though from Box Hill. They've won the ball legally there. Well, they'll be good sports there and just let Miata slowly get back to her feet. She was fouled legally, but and still stung. Those contact ones can certainly hurt. Murray into the center of the park. Sakalis. Policina turning, twisting, getting past a couple. 1 minute of stoppage time is the indication from the referee in this first half. Paliwoda. Well, it was the right idea to try and find Sydney Minarik there, but the ball just got away from the 23-year-old American. There was, in that passage of play, a bit of Sophia Sakalis magic, a bit of Rihanna Policina getting involved. Just weren't able to find the finishing touch that time.
Great play by Box Hill. They're very exciting and brilliant to watch. They're looking good just in this last little bit. There's been many shifts in momentum this match, and Box Hill have had the last few moments leading into half. A goal would have really topped it off for them, but they'll take the confidence into the second half for sure. So halftime at Wembley Park. It is the home side, Box Hill, with the 1-goal advantage in this first v third clash. Juri Kawano with the goal, set up wonderfully by Sophia Sakalis in her first start of the season for Box Hill. Avondale, though, they've had plenty of chances. Sloane Young had the best of them right in front of goals. Hannah Wilkinson
The Kiwi international has been heavily involved as well. But as it stands, half-time, it is a Box Hill 1, Avondale 0. welcome back to Wembley Park for the second half of Box Hill against Avondale. It is top of the table Box Hill, who currently have the 1-goal advantage. Juri Kawano scoring her 10th goal of the season in the first half after being set up by Sofia Sikalis in her first start of the season. Avondale, well, they had plenty of chances in the first 45. Sloane Young was heavily involved. Hannah Wilkinson, Beatty Goad on that left-hand side, as always, was causing havoc. But they weren't able to find the back of the net. Will they be able to do so in the second 45? That is the question. And that is why we are all tuned in to the second half. Well, my name is Tyron Heddo. I'm joining you again on the coverage, and Coco Masarovic is alongside me. Coco, an exciting second 45 of action awaits.
Can't wait. Avondale will be ready for this one. This is a massive game for them. They would have gotten a rev up by their coach at halftime, and they're ready to give it their all, with Wilkinson going to take the kick off, and I'm sure she'll be raring up to that opposite goal to try and get one in.
Well, if you recall, at the beginning of the game, it looked like Wilkinson was going to take it. Now she gets a chance. Avondale in their white away kits, going from right to left on your screen. Box Hill in their blue home kits. So back underway in what is a rainy Wembley Park for this second half of action. When we first arrived at this ground, I thought, it's not too bad, not too cold on this Melbourne winter's evening, but the rain just adds an extra little layer of complication to this second half. What kind of football will we see? Will we continue to see the high press of Avondale? Will we continue to see the silky, creative football that Box Hill have shown us all season? Let's wait and see. Young trying to make things happen for Avondale early, but it's good work from Amelia Tartaglia, who takes it out for an Avondale throw.
Nice even start by both teams here. They'll be looking to get used to the pitch with a bit of water on it. The ball's going to slick as that passes just zip through, so they'll be getting used to that in the first few moments into this second half.
It adds a little bit of atmosphere, the rain, as well, doesn't it? If this game wasn't dramatic enough, both sides coming into it in fantastic form. Avondale have not lost since round 13 when they fell 1-0 against Spring Hills. Box Hill have not lost in this competition since round 14. That bizarre 7-1 defeat against Essendon. And both these teams full of attacking talent, ready to go at any moment. It's good defensive work from Mikado. Cross for Wilson. There's a nice little 1-2 on that right side for Avondale. Just getting away from Traynor before she could reel it in. And that is something that Avondale did well in the first half. The overlapping fullbacks, Barrero in particular, on his left-hand side, but Traynor as well. The only change coming into this side, of course, Avondale missing their captain, Golson Garrett Saris, after she picked up a red card in the first half of last week's fixture. Still managed to get away with the 1-0 win. Polisina committing the first foul of the half after the referee let a lot go in the first half. The crowd just letting him know about it.
Well, I think he'll be looking to adjust his performance in the second half, maybe put a lid on things. We could even see some cards this half. In all honesty, they got through the first half safe and clean, but he'll be making sure nothing gets out of control here in the second.
Especially as this game goes on, both sides will want this 3 points. Avondale, as they look to ascend further up the ladder. Third at the moment. No foul called against Policina. That's interesting. Usually when the ball stops like that, you can almost guarantee the referee's whistle. Not to be. There's Box Hill on the ball, looking for the ball over the top. And the run of the goal scorer, Camano, instead. It falls to Bacalo. Nicolina Bacalo looking for the back post. Just getting away from Jury Kawano.
Bacalo slightly off balance there as she took a shot, maybe a bit off put by the Avondale press there, but a nice chance for Box Hill, probably against the play for these early moments, but Bacalo will be looking to get a bit more involved in this second half.
Here's the press from Box Hill. Murakami on the left-hand side, getting close to taking it away from Wilson. Policina does get the touch. Sakalis. And Box Hill. Kid played out from the back. Laura Pickett was so solid in that first 45. And pass going a little bit astray, though, before it could reach Bacalo. 26 years of age. 2 goals this season. We'll be hoping to add to that today. There's a nice touch from Beatty Goad, his trainer who made the overlapping run. To Avondale's advantage. Here's the throw from trainer Wilkinson, dropping a little deeper. With good work from Murray to win it back for Box Hill. It's interesting how wide Bacalo is for Box Hill on this right-hand side when they do win the ball, and then as soon as they lose it, she comes in. It's a nice little lesson, I guess. When you win the ball, you want to be wide. When you lose it, you want to come in narrow. It's one of the first things in the coach's book. The players learning football, but you can really see it from Box Hill today. Avondale. Here's Kellon Knight. Here's Kellon Knight. It's the ball taken away by Holly Murray. Both are claiming it. And it'll go out for an Avondale corner.
Nice passage of play there by Avondale. They had great success. Once again, Kellon Knight linking up with Goad. However, this half has been a bit different. Goad and Young have changed sides, so Goad on the right-hand side as a left footer will be looking to cut in. Same with Young, as we just saw earlier, looking to get on her right foot and cut back in. Avondale have made that change to see if they can change things up and get more success in the final third.
So perhaps some more underlapping runs this half. Here's the in-swinging delivery. A handful to deal with the header. Just wide from Hannah Wilkinson. Well, we talk every time. She is the target from those set pieces. She won the header, and it was a lick of paint away from that post.
That did look, it was slow motion, almost going in there, but a wonderful chance as she's on again here.
Oh, it was intercepted. And Box Hill on the move. Offside flag was raised. Now here's a switch of play for Goad. For Avondale. And the offside flag raised on the other side. Well, again, from where we are, neither of those really looked offside. But again, the assistant referee has the best angle. Maybe we have a deceptive angle from up here in the stands.
I will say it is quite a big pitch at Box Hill, and it does slope in the middle and then goes down, but maybe the referee has got a good eye, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say offside it was.
Anyone who's ever played community football and has been asked to run lines will know it is not a simple task. Paliwoda, captain. Murray. Box Hill looking to load up from this side. Murakami, Sakalis. Nice run, cries of one more, and that is where the ball goes. Bacalo. Oh, a bit of a swing and a miss. And you can tell by her reaction how frustrated she is because there were players lining up in the box there.
That was a great build-up play starting from Holly Murray there, centre back going through the midfield and then out wide. Bacalo has had a few chances this half, just similar to that, but just can't quite get on the end of them.
And she's still slapping her leg, Bacalo. Here's an opportunity down this side for Box Hill. Tartaglia plays it central. Bacalo, Murakami, Haliwoda. And they've switched play well. Oh, look at this pace on this left-hand side. Who's in the middle for Box Hill? It's cleared by Ocado for Avondale. Now perhaps Avondale might have the numbers. It's a 2v2 if they can be quick. Callum Knight was offside. Well, Wilkinson and Callum Knight there for a moment had that 2v2 going. Right, between the two of them, for all of their many qualities, you wouldn't necessarily have pace at the top of the list at this stage in their careers. Still promising for Avondale.
I think not, but they've got enough other attributes to cover that. However, Wilkinson, and I will say Callum Knight, doesn't normally get out of second or third gear, but tonight she's put in a shift with pressing, so I've been impressed to see that.
Bacalo there, it's not the ball intercepted, and there is Callum Knight. Has been very, very impressive tonight. Box Hill have the numbers, the shot from distance! Oh, wonderful save in the end from Bennett to deny Maho Murakami what would have been a screamer. She saw the keeper off her line, she went for it. And Bennett did just enough.
Love the vision from Murakami there. She looked up, saw the keeper off her line and immediately took that shot. Credit to the keeper. Bennett had brilliant footwork there. She got back nice and early, set, stayed still, launched herself up, and the result was a brilliant save.
Well, chance not over because Box Hill will have this set piece again. Look at the players crowding the keeper, crowding the goal line. A little bit of push and shove too, all smiles. Well, they go short after all of that. Here's a delivery towards the back post. It was Holly Murray was there, so Carla's inventive. Cleared away by Wilson. Avondale clear their lines. That's good from Tartaglia. It's the ball taken away, and Box Hill, they just keep on coming. Sakalis. That's a good challenge from Avondale as they look to build themselves. There's a bit of a basketball match feel at the moment, which is what you love to see. Kellon Knight, Wilkinson. Up against Pickett. Barrero. Well played out from the back. Ocado wearing the captain's armband for Avondale tonight. There's the switch of play. Miata. Miata's ball into the box. Wilkinson finds her feet. Hits the crossbar. Box Hill survive another attacking foray. Anna Wilkinson has hit the underside of the crossbar. And somehow Segovic keeps her clean sheet.
That was a little bit something out of nothing. I think it even surprised Wilkinson herself. The ball ended up at her feet. That was a great strike. I don't know how it didn't go in, how it did go in. It was just a bit of a mishmash. However, Box will need to shore up and make sure they're always marking her in the box because it only takes a half chance like that for her to get a goal.
Yeah, 3 defenders surrounding Wilkinson then, and that is the quality. A New Zealand football legend. We, of course, saw her here for a number of years in the A-League Women's as well with Melbourne City. It was that famous game, the famous derby where she scored 4 goals that day. It's just unstoppable. And we know what she can do on these shores. She's scored 19 goals so far in this NPL season. An artist of some repute as well, Hannah Wilkinson. But hasn't been able to find the artistry to hit the back of the net. I think that can be workshopped.
Nice possession spell here by Box Hill. They're just looking to shore things up. Polywoda needs to not get too comfortable there with the ball, which Box Hill have been looking to do. So they need to shore it up, gain possession again, and just settle things down.
You mentioned in the first half that Wilkinson is very much a traditional number 9. She's that poacher. Anything inside the penalty area she'll look to capitalise on, as we saw earlier with that chance. Here goes Box Hill. Sikalis goes to ground. Wins her side a foul. Some here in this ground at Wembley Park would say that's a well overdue one.
Good individual skill by Sakala. She knew exactly what she was doing there. She got the ball outside on the left-hand side, and then she's looked to cut in across her defender, which, if you want a foul, that's the best way to do it. And now they can just look to play their own game and possess the ball.
Free kick just went a little bit awry. There it was aimed at Sakalis, but instead it's been handily intercepted. Murray's done really well to read the pass that was looking for Wilkinson, though. And Goad is just lurking. If Avondale can win the ball back and play it into her, but it's Box Hill instead who come away with it through Paliwoda. The ball out wide, Bacalo just bounced awkwardly for her. There's a patch of wet grass there. The rain appears to have stopped now, but it's a little bit damp underfoot. Grounds sometimes do struggle in Melbourne winter in general. And just bounced a little bit awkwardly before it got to Bacalo there. Wilkinson wins the ball high. Tartaglia doesn't commit the foul, wins the ball cleanly, says the referee. Earns himself a withering look from Wilkinson. A good challenge from the youngster.
One thing Box Hill are just missing here is that energy, confidence and belief to keep attacking and going forward. They're just a little bit too casual on the ball. There's still a good amount of time left in this game, about half an hour. So they need to continue with that positive mindset to attack. Otherwise, they're going to find themselves in trouble with the likes of Wilkinson hunting down that ball.
There's 16 and a half minutes into this second half. It is still 1-0 to Box Hill. Can Avondale find the equaliser here? It's a good run. Ball played central. Heavy touch from Miata, though. Here they come again. Goad. Beatty Goad cutting inside. There's good work from the goal scorer, Juri Kawano, for Box Hill. Doing her defensive duties as well, scoring what is so far the decisive goal. Wilkinson. Nice touch. Looking to play it forward. Cleared away in the end, only as far as Wilson. Goad stayed central. Ball taken away by Paliwoda. So Carlos to Policina. You just don't want to take your eyes off this. Here's Sloane Young. Oh, that was the wrong option. Not sure that was the option she was intending. With Wilkinson making the run to her right. There was just a little bit too much pressure for her to execute and went to grounds, but at any moment, something is going to happen here.
If Avondale can find a way to get those wide areas, wide channels, wide players involved, say the word wide one more time, There we go. If they can manage to do that, then they're going to find more success. They're just putting a bit too much pressure on Wilkinson through the central areas, and it's very predictable for Box Hill to win. So last time, if they can get those wide players on the ball like Goad, then they're going to have more success in the front line.
A heavy collision on that side. It looks like Trainer was involved for Avondale and Minarik for Box Hill. There's that pace. Minarik, we saw it earlier in the half, was darting up that left-hand side. So neither side has made a substitution as well, so we'll see how that changes the complexion of the game. Here come Avondale. Young is on side, but can't beat Holly Murray. It's been really good today, Holly Murray. Has just read the play really nicely. Not a lot's getting past her.
She's been a sure thing in the centre-back role this evening. Made very confident decisions when she's been playing the ball out. And more importantly, she's had Wilkinson on tight lock, not being able to have any success in the final third.
Well, that time, that was a fairly obvious clip, so Box Hill will win the penalty. It was Minarik brought to ground. We will see our first substitution of the game. It's Chiara Bocelli, the 21-year-old Kiwi. She'll come on. She'll replace Nicolina Bucalo. Bucalo, who was getting more involved in the second half, but wasn't able to quite have the success she would have liked in the front third. So it'll be up to Bocelli, previously of Sampdoria in Italy. Bocelli, plenty of talent in those boots, and she'll have 25 minutes or so to show off what she can do up top. Looks like it will be that straight swap. She's headed into that right wing position vacated by Bucalo. Sikalis loses out to Young. Mercado plays it wide. Nice little touch from Trainer. Avondale not able to make anything of note happen. That pass from Murray, though, went astray just after we'd finished praising her. So commentators cursed there for a moment. She was able to recover. And her first look at Bocelli on the ball. Here is the substitute. Herring after this one. Good work from Mercado to take it away. They'd love a second goal here, Box Hill. They won't feel comfortable. Well, they won't feel comfortable until the final whistle goes, but they especially won't feel comfortable until they have a second.
I think a goal is what they need just to settle them down a bit. They're not playing as confident as they normally do, so they just need to ensure that they're looking for the goal at least. But they could be on for one. We know they've got plenty of class out there.
That's Taglia's ball towards the back post. Sikalis was making the run. She wasn't quite there yet. So it'll be up to her to make something happen from the byline. Retreat slightly with it. Marked tightly by Trainer. Into the middle. Lovely touch. Sikalis, the cutback. And cleared away for a corner by Galluccio, who didn't really have a choice in the end.
Sikalis was just waiting for something to happen. Waiting. Nothing was on. So then she created something with a 1-2, which was brilliant. And they've got themselves a corner a little bit out of nothing. That's just what they'll be after, to get Policina on the ball. That's always a good thing that they'll look to capitalise on.
And Policina will be taking the corner. The conventional delivery. Up and into the pack of bodies. The header was won. Hasn't been cleared yet. And eventually, the end decision is a goal kick to Avondale, but there might be a greater concern here, as the player has stayed down in back play for Avondale. And Ellie Wilson is no stranger to injury concerns in her couple of years in Australia, but she is back on her feet and hopefully will be okay.
She's looking back up and fine. I will say I don't know how Box Hill have had so much success on their corners. Credit to them, because they're not the tallest of teams, but they do find a way to get the ball in there, challenge hard, and more often than not, they have great success from them. So that's well done from them. But Ellie Wilson did enough then to help Avondale defend that one.
And she's still a bit ginger. She's looking over at the bench. It might be something that we see in substitution soon. Here's Box Hill. Paliwoda. Bocelli. Cara Bocelli makes her way into the penalty area and wins her side another corner. So we get to test this quality from corners that we've seen so far in this game.
Although Bocelli's only been on for a few moments, she's already provided some great spark, winning a few throw-ins. Now she's won her team a corner. It's brilliant to see great attacking play on the right-hand side, and we've got another corner that Box Hill will be stoked with.
Once again, they've been fairly unsubtle with their corner tactics. It's crowding the keeper, crowding the goal line. There is an option short and there is an option at the edge of the area if they want to take it. There's the delivery, edge of the area. It goes. Policina lifts it up, headed away by Trainer. Bocelli cutting all the way inside, and the pass goes straight to an Avondale player. Young over the top for Wilkinson. Hannah Wilkinson all on her lonesome. She'll wait for the cavalry to arrive. Miyata. Wilkinson. And that's good work from Murakami to get back and make that challenge.
Sometimes these players are just a bit too disciplined. I would have loved to see Wilkinson just go for it a little bit more and keep going and going, but maybe it's her tired legs or something like that, so she played it smart. But can Avondale just go for it? They need a little bit more and get a boost in. That would have provided a great opportunity for them.
Well, it looks like they're going to be forced into a change here, because Ellie Wilson has gone back to ground. She missed a lot of games in the A-League season with an ankle concern and a concussion as well, quite a serious one early in last A-League women's season. So they're just having a chat to the physio now. It looks to be some sort of lower leg injury, perhaps that ankle, or maybe a soft tissue concern. You can see her testing the springiness of the ankles. Coco, you know more about these on-field tests than most?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. But from what we can see, Ellie Wilson doesn't look too fantastic, and I think it's probably, with her history, just safer to pull her off for this one.
So there are a couple of players getting ready, just the one for Avondale. And they are forced into a change in defence. Ellie Wilson comes off. And coming onto the pitch is their number 6, Alana Boges, the 18-year-old. Another one of a rather sizable contingent that signed from Heidelberg in the off-season. Still young, still early in her NPLW career. Big boots to fill for the final quarter or so of this game.
That substitute is a big loss for Avondale, unfortunately, but a good opportunity for a youngster to step up. However, they're going to need a Cardo here, who's still very young herself, but has that A-League experience to work on to really bring them up and lift them here to try and get them a result.
The free kick has found its way through to Murakami. Policina dropping deep to get there ahead of Wilkinson. Piggott sees Wilkinson and says, I'm not going to pass that way. Instead, she goes up the right-hand side. Good touch from Bocelli. Good defending from Barrero as well, who just stood her ground and wasn't going to let her pass, and it's ended up a good result for Avondale. Goad. In the centre of the park, Boges, who's situated herself a little bit further up the pitch than Wilson was. So going back into the centre of defence is Galuccio alongside Accardo. And as the rains come again at Wembley Park, it's Avondale who's still chasing this game with 16 minutes or so of regulation time remaining. If you are just joining us, there's Juri Kawano for Box Hill, who scored the only goal of the game so far. Avondale looking to change that. And they won't be able to do so now because it's Box Hill with the goal kick.
Nice bit of play there from Avondale. Finally, they're getting used in those wide areas. Unlucky not to get anything to come off that. I think the rain on the pitch just making that ball zip a little bit too far away, but they'll look to build on that and try and recreate that moment again.
Well, that's a big call. The referee has agreed with the appeals of the Avondale players and has said that the final touch came off a blue shirt. So we have an Avondale set piece. Again, Hannah Wilkinson looms large in these set piece situations.
Wilkinson, a great target here. She's had a few warm-up opportunities, so can she capitalise on this one? She's definitely due.
In swinging, delivery incoming. Where's it going? It's lifted high. It's lifted towards Wilkinson, who wins the header. The follow-up is blocked away by Laura Pickett. Fantastic defensive effort. And Box Hill get away with it again. Wilkinson seems to always be able to win those first headers, but there's always a blue shirt in the way.
One thing Box Hill do very well is get numbers back in the box and defend very well.
There's a good ball from Sikalis, and it's Kawano chasing it. Goes to the corner. Probably a little bit too early for that, but she's trying to win her side a corner. And it's good work from Barrero to clear it out for a throw-in instead.
Things heating up a little bit here. We've had lots of momentum shifts. Avondale are having some chances down there, and Box Hill are looking to capitalise and get one more back just so they can maybe breathe a little bit better, but not so far as Avondale look to once again win the ball back and get the ball forward early.
A little mistake from Murakami gives Avondale the throw. So teams will appeal for that, and indeed the referee says the last touch was off Beatty Goad. The rain is coming down much heavier now. We had a little teaser early in the second half, and now it is coming down with some menace. So again, that changes the complexion. It adds to the atmosphere on a cold winter's night in Melbourne. First v third. Avondale have not lost in this competition since round 13. We are now in round 24. Young goes to ground. Both sides appealing. And it's another corner. And the frustration boiling over for Box Hill.
That was like a theatre play with their dramatics there. But fair enough, they're on the pitch. They know the call and what they wanted and should have got. But the referee's made his call, so they got to lock in here and make sure Wilkinson doesn't get another first contact.
Well, they know where it's going. That's the thing, isn't it? They know where it's going. You can't ignore the other players, but they can be pretty sure that they've got one main player to mark. Here it comes. It's gone towards the back post. Wilkinson made the run to the front. I think that was a little bit of miscommunication there from Avondale. Now both sides will appeal again. This time there is a little bit less consternation. But the offside flag will mean that, in fact, it is Box Hill who get as good as a goal kick.
One thing to add in is, can you almost call the rain a 12th man, because the rain has just added something in here for Avondale. It's getting them being able to get them into those wide areas or into those dangerous areas, and the ball's just zipping for them. So I think it's playing in their favour. Box Hill and definitely the keeper need to be sure here with the rain giving assistance to them.
Wilkinson. Ball's played backwards. That's a clever header into the path of Bocelli. Chiara Bocelli will switch it over to Sakalis. How about that first touch? A real technician, Sophia Sakalis. Polisina. Murakami. Polisina will have to come back and collect. Does get there ahead of Young. And they'll reset all the way from Murray, who launches it forward. But Avondale win out. Can they throw enough numbers forward here? Beatty Goad, we know what she can do. Speaking of technicians, Beatty Goad is certainly one of those. Barrero. Mercado. Barrero again. Looking for the run of Wilkinson. Good work from Piggott. He's had a lot to do back there and has done it all pretty well.
Pickett's been quiet tonight in terms of, we haven't mentioned her too much, but that means she's been doing her job and a sure thing back in the defence for Box Hill. So a lot of tonight's performance can go towards her efforts.
Kellen Knight trying to find the run of Goad. They win the next best thing, which is the ball back via a throw. Box Hill crowd quite kind. They threw the ball back in straight away. No attempts from the crowd to play to a home ground advantage. Not yet, anyway. Still 10 minutes of regulation time remaining. That's a good touch from Miata. Out wide to Young. Sloan Young cutting inside, maybe looking for a shooting angle. Oh, it's a disaster for Box Hill. It was good work from Young to get into the penalty area and put the ball in a dangerous spot. And it's been turned in to their own net. And Avondale, they find their equaliser.
Brilliant by Young. She's done her job on the right-hand side. She's dribbled in fast, cut in, made the attempt with the cross. And just to mention, that's the effect of the rain. The ball just zipped in that little bit more, makes it uncertain, and Pickett, unfortunately, with her defensive effort, finds the ball in the back of the net.
Oh, we're just praising Pickett, and she has been good tonight, but it was just at 6s and 7s there with her body positioning. And that is one of the more unfortunate ways for Box Hill to concede. Avondale, they've had their chances, they've been looking good, and it's just an unfortunate one there for Pickett. Well, it does set us up, though, for a grandstand finish. A reminder that both of these sides are on extensive unbeaten runs in the NPL competition. As things stand, they would continue those unbeaten runs, but the way this game has gone, both of these sides will feel like they can walk away with 3 points. And Box Hill, after having the lead for so much of the game, will be looking to regain it now. We know that the talent on both sides can just create something from nothing at any point. What will we see in the last 7 or 8 minutes of this game?
One thing that goal has done is working things up for Box Hill to try and go for it.
Well, it certainly has. There's the strike from just outside the area from Kiwano. It was a fantastic first touch. There was enough power on the shot, but Bennett was well positioned to make the save.
We're live and awake now. Everyone's ready to go. They want the win. Box Hill do as much as Avondale do, but it's really woken Box Hill up. So expect a few more chances being created in these next few moments.
Still plenty of the bench for both sides to turn to if required. Policina. We saw her heroics against Bulleen last week. She do something like that this time out. Bocelli. Launching it forward, launching it high. It's defended calmly, defended well. Murakami goes to grounds. Referee says no foul. And it's Avondale who are off and away. Sloane Young. Using her pace. Trying to work an opening. Murakami receives it from Sakalis. Bocelli making the back post run. That's where the ball will go against Barrero. Barrero does well to get there first. Just got enough of the ball in that first touch to take it around Bocelli. Well, we said earlier that it seemed like anything could happen at any point, but now the pace and the tempo from both sides has just risen that extra notch.
It's really opened up for both sides, which is great to see here. The crowd's getting into it a little bit more. Everyone's on the edge of their seats.
Wilkinson off and away. Kellen Knight was making the run at the back post. Instead it'll go back to Trainer. Wilkinson goes to grounds. Here's the delivery from Trainer. Into the gloves of Segovic. Quick release from Segovic. Bocelli. Nice little wall pass. Sets her away. Goad is chasing. Goad did just enough to put off the pass. That's what you got to do as an attacking player. You've got to make sure you're getting back, doing the grunt work. Goad always doing so. Now here's a chance for Goad. If she can get there first, but Pickett is there. Able to keep her composure. Keep calm. 4.5 minutes plus stoppages remaining. And it is wide open for either side to find a winner.
The match is being cracked wide open. It's great to see both sides here, almost like a basketball game. One team's turn, the other team's turn. Now back to Box Hill right now as Avondale have just finished trying to attack.
Sakalis. Sophia Sakalis. Fancy feet. Sakalis was not sure whether to go with a cross or a shot. Ended up really not doing much of either. Now it's Avondale again, and you just sense that things could go in either direction. If a team can win the ball high on the press here, as Box Hill are attempting to do, that could be massive. And here it is, interception in midfield, looking for that turn. Policina, Rihanna Policina, ball's in! And Sakalis was there. Couldn't get the touch. Hands on heads for Box Hill. That was a massive chance, and the crowd rises with it. Well, meanwhile, Avondale making a substitution. Asia Claridge will be replacing Georgia Trainer, who was the one change from the team last week. So some more fresh legs for Avondale at the back. Trainer was playing right back. We'll see if Claridge jumps into that role, the 22-year-old. I was hoping to see the game out. Or perhaps add some attacking impetus for Avondale. Tartaglia. Not able to get it in. And the assistant referee eventually calling it that it went out. One of the wonderful things about NPL is being able to listen in to the players' opinions. There's that ball in, not the right option from Murakami. And now it's Avondale on the charge. Young. Ball taken away. Murakami maybe makes up for it. Kawano in behind. Offside flag is raised. 2 minutes plus stoppages.
Box Hill are definitely going for the win. As you can see right now, they are going for it, trying to create chances anyway, having a lot of success trying to win the ball back through their press. They're doing brilliantly, and I'm sure a chance will come on goal very shortly.
Yeah, this is a good, fun finish. You don't want to turn your screens off for the final few minutes of this one. Sakalis. Look at that pace from Sophia Sakalis onto her right foot into the penalty area. Played it to the back post. The shot will loop up and be claimed by Bennett. It was Bocelli who she tried to get the ball to with the tiniest of touches, took it away from her. You almost wanted with that run in for Sakalis to just wind up herself.
I think Sakalis will want that one back for sure. She should have opened up and took that shot. She had one moment earlier where she took the shot, but this one, she had it there. But everyone was calling for the shot. Unfortunately, she didn't, and the game moves on.
And the unselfish play. Murakami, the assistant referee flagging that the ball went out of play. It'll be fascinating to see how much time is remaining in this one. Here we go, fourth official with the board. Making sure everything's correct, making sure the number on the board is working appropriately as Avondale have the throw. So 2 minutes, only 2 minutes left for either side to find a winner. Will there be late drama in this clash between first and third? It's been an even one, it's been an enthralling one. As much as the unfortunate nature of Box Hill's concession, Avondale had plenty of chances. Can they create another one here? Wilkinson, and the ball's come off her, and it will be a Box Hill goal kick. You can see from the urgency, Box Hill want this win.
Yeah, this win would make a big difference to Box Hill's ladder position. They would maintain on first, but it would give them a little bit of buffer between second, third and fourth, which is exactly what they'd want and get them closer to the premiership. So this was a massive result for them tonight.
Big call. High boot against Hannah Wilkinson. Has to be pretty high for Wilkinson, given her height, and a dangerous set-piece chance with only moments remaining in this game.
Kella Knight on top of this one, based on her corner kick Olympico last week. I think she's in great form to take this one on her left foot. I'm not sure you'd rather anyone else over the ball.
All the experience, all the quality out there for Avondale. Can they find this goal? Kellon Knight's delivery. Wilkinson is there. It's bouncing around. Box Hill managed to get it away. Murakami out to Barrero. Barrero's ball centering, cleared away by Pickett. And now Box Hill will be urged forward. Sakalis. Murakami's ahead of her. If she can find her. Instead, she's forced back. She'll look for the crossfield ball to Bocelli. And Bocelli's first time ball, not able to find a teammate. So that is how it will end. 1 goal apiece between Box Hill and Avondale. An even game full of quality, as we suspected it would be. Box Hill scored in the first half via Juri Kawano, but then an own goal in the second off the unfortunate boot of Laura Pickett means that at full time it is Box Hill 1, Avondale 1. Well, it's been a fantastic night of action here at Wembley Park, and Coco, a 1-1 draw. Both teams maintain their unbeaten record, but both teams probably leave a little bit unsatisfied.
I think Avondale will be the happier team of the two tonight, as Box Hill were up 1-0 and they were dominating for most of the game and had very good quality chances and arguably should have had 1 or 2 more, whereas Avondale were maybe what you'd call lucky with that defensive error by Pickett to not be to maintain that 1-1 draw end result. So Avondale will be happy. It keeps their position in the top 4 nice and safe. Box Hill maybe just felt like they missed one, but a great game nonetheless, exciting for the crowd.
It certainly is. Well, thank you so much for joining us at Wembley Park. It ends here. Box Hill 1, Avondale 1.